There is a kind of energy that changes the way people look at you, even before you say a single word. And the strange part is, most men spend years trying to impress women, while completely ignoring the one thing that naturally draws them in. Look carefully at the men who effortlessly attract attention when they walk into a room. Not the loudest man, not the richest man, not even the most handsome man. Yet somehow, people feel his presence immediately. Women notice him. Conversations lean toward him. Even silence around him feels different. Why? Because attraction, at its deepest level, is rarely about appearance or rehearsed lines. It's about emotional signals that people pick up without realizing it. Human psychology is built to read subtle cues: confidence, calmness, emotional stability, and direction. And here is the truth many people learn too late. Women are naturally drawn toward men whose energy feels stable and grounded. Think about it. In a world full of noise, pressure, and uncertainty, the mind is constantly searching for emotional safety. When someone carries themselves with quiet certainty, it sends a powerful signal. This person is not easily shaken. That kind of presence is rare. Many men unknowingly do the opposite. They chase approval. They try too hard to be liked. They adjust their personality in every conversation, hoping to say the perfect thing. But when a man constantly seeks validation, the energy he gives off feels uncertain. And uncertainty is uncomfortable. A man with grounded energy does something different. He listens more than he speaks. He doesn't rush to impress. He doesn't try to dominate the room. Instead, he moves through life with a calm sense of direction. He knows his values, he knows what he enjoys, and he isn't afraid of being misunderstood by people who aren't aligned with him. That quiet confidence is magnetic, because it communicates something deeper than words ever could: emotional security. Psychologically, people are drawn to those who seem comfortable in their own skin. When someone appears relaxed with themselves, it signals that they are not controlled by outside approval. And that creates curiosity. Women start to wonder about him. They start paying attention to small details: his voice tone, his body language, the way he responds to pressure. It's subtle, but powerful. Another important detail most people miss is emotional steadiness. When problems appear, and they always do, some people panic, complain, or seek reassurance from everyone around them. But the man with grounded energy does something different. He pauses, he observes, then he responds calmly. This doesn't mean he never feels stress or frustration. It simply means he doesn't allow emotions to control his behavior. That level of self-control signals maturity, and maturity is deeply attractive. Because relationships are not built on excitement alone. They are built on trust, consistency, and emotional reliability. When a man demonstrates those traits naturally, people around him begin to feel comfortable. They feel understood. They feel safe expressing themselves. And that is where genuine connection begins. Not through manipulation, not through tricks, but through emotional presence. The truth is, attraction often grows quietly in moments most people overlook. The way someone listens, the way they respect boundaries, the way they carry themselves when no one is watching. Energy reveals character long before words do. And the men who understand this rarely need to chase attention, because their presence already speaks for them. There is another powerful layer to this energy that many people misunderstand. It is not loud confidence, it is not arrogance, and it certainly is not trying to prove superiority over others. The energy that naturally attracts people is built on something far quieter: self-respect. When a man genuinely respects himself, his behavior changes in subtle ways that others immediately notice. He stops seeking constant approval. He stops explaining himself to people who are determined to misunderstand him. And perhaps most importantly, he begins to value his own time. Time is one of the clearest signals of personal value. People who constantly give their time away without thought often send an unspoken message: my attention is cheap. But when someone chooses carefully where their energy goes, it creates a different impression. It shows that their life already has direction. Women are especially sensitive to this dynamic because it reflects emotional maturity. A man who respects his own boundaries is far more likely to respect the boundaries of others, and that creates trust. Think about the conversations that leave the strongest impression on you. Usually, they are not the ones where someone is desperately trying to entertain or impress. They are the ones where the person seems comfortable with silence, comfortable with honesty, comfortable with simply being present. Presence is powerful. Many people are physically in a room but mentally somewhere else, checking phones, thinking about the next thing they want to say, or worrying about how they are being perceived. But a man with grounded energy listens deeply. He observes people without judgment. And when he speaks, his words carry more weight because they are thoughtful rather than rushed. Psychologically, this creates something extremely attractive: emotional clarity. People feel understood around him. They feel like their thoughts matter. And that feeling is rare in a fast-moving world where attention is constantly divided. Another overlooked aspect of this energy is emotional independence. A man who depends entirely on external validation becomes emotionally fragile. When praise disappears, his confidence disappears with it. But when someone builds confidence through personal growth, discipline, and self-awareness, it becomes stable. Stable confidence cannot be easily shaken. This stability changes the way relationships form. Instead of trying to control how others feel, he focuses on living with integrity. He respects people, but he does not chase them. He shows interest, but he does not abandon his own priorities. This balance is what many people find incredibly attractive because it removes pressure. Relationships that grow from mutual curiosity feel natural. They are not built on desperation or emotional dependency, and that difference is felt immediately. The truth is, attraction often begins when someone senses authenticity. When a person is not pretending to be someone else, their energy becomes consistent. Consistency builds comfort, comfort builds trust, and trust opens the door for deeper emotional connection. So the real question becomes this: are you trying to attract people by performing, or by becoming someone who naturally carries a strong and grounded presence? Because one of those paths requires constant effort. The other simply requires growth. One of the most misunderstood truths about attraction is this: people are drawn toward those who have a clear direction in life. Not perfection, not endless achievements, just direction. When a man wakes up each day with purpose, even a small one, his entire presence changes. His conversations become more meaningful. His decisions become clearer. His time becomes more valuable. Purpose creates momentum, and momentum is deeply attractive because it signals ambition, discipline, and long-term thinking. Many men believe they must impress others with status or material success to be noticed. But psychology reveals something far more important. People respond to movement. A man who is working toward goals, learning new skills, improving his health, building meaningful friendships, or pursuing creative interests sends a powerful signal without saying a word. He is moving forward, and forward movement creates energy. Compare that with someone who feels stuck, uncertain, and directionless. Even if that person has charm or humor, the lack of direction eventually becomes noticeable. Humans are instinctively drawn toward people who appear to be building something with their lives because it creates a sense of possibility. Another powerful trait that strengthens this energy is emotional curiosity. Instead of assuming he understands everything about people, a grounded man asks thoughtful questions. He listens to different perspectives. This curiosity creates deeper conversations, and deeper conversations create stronger emotional connections. Many people underestimate the importance of meaningful dialogue. Surface-level talk can only go so far before it becomes forgettable. But when someone shows genuine interest in understanding thoughts, values, and experiences, the conversation becomes memorable. That is where attraction quietly grows. It grows in moments where someone feels seen. It grows in moments where someone feels respected. It grows in moments where two people realize they can speak honestly without fear of judgment. Another powerful quality that strengthens a man's presence is emotional patience. Modern culture encourages instant reactions, quick responses, immediate gratification. But patience demonstrates control. When a man does not rush relationships, conversations, or decisions, he communicates stability. He shows that he values depth more than temporary excitement. This calm pace allows connections to develop naturally, and natural connections tend to last far longer than relationships built on intensity alone. There is also a deeper psychological reason patience is attractive. It signals security. People who feel secure in themselves do not feel the need to rush outcomes. They trust the process of getting to know someone gradually. That trust creates emotional comfort for the other person as well. because they know they are not being pressured or forced into expectations. True connection grows best in an environment of patience and authenticity, and men who embody this energy often discover something surprising. They stop worrying about whether they are attractive, because their focus shifts toward becoming someone who lives with purpose, curiosity, and emotional stability. And ironically, that shift is exactly what makes them far more attractive than they ever expected. There is one final piece of this energy that quietly changes everything: emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, plans fail, relationships sometimes end, people misunderstand each other, challenges appear when we least expect them. The question is not whether difficulties will appear. The question is how someone responds when they do. A man who builds emotional resilience approaches problems differently. Instead of becoming overwhelmed, he takes a step back and evaluates the situation calmly. He understands that every challenge carries a lesson. This mindset transforms the way people experience his presence. When someone remains composed during stressful moments, it naturally reassures the people around them. They feel stability, they feel leadership, and they feel safe sharing their own concerns without fear of dramatic reactions. Resilience does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending problems do not exist. It simply means having the strength to face them without losing balance. That balance creates a powerful sense of reliability. And reliability is one of the most underrated qualities in modern relationships. Many people are charming during easy moments. Many people appear confident when life is going smoothly, but true character reveals itself during difficult times. When someone responds with patience instead of anger, reflection instead of blame, and growth instead of bitterness, their energy becomes incredibly powerful. People trust them more deeply. Another important detail about resilient individuals is that they rarely take rejection personally. They understand that compatibility is complex and that not every connection is meant to last. Instead of becoming resentful, they continue improving themselves and moving forward. This mindset keeps their energy positive and focused on growth, and that positivity becomes noticeable to everyone around them. Because people naturally gravitate toward those who bring calm, clarity, and encouragement into their lives. The truth is, the kind of energy that attracts meaningful relationships is not built overnight. It grows through daily habits, through self-reflection, through learning from mistakes, through choosing integrity even when it is difficult. But the reward for developing this energy is powerful. You stop trying to convince people to like you. You stop chasing attention. Instead, you focus on becoming someone who lives with purpose, emotional intelligence, and quiet confidence. And when you do that, something interesting happens. The right people begin to notice, not because you demanded their attention, but because your presence made them curious to know more about you. Before you leave, think about this question honestly. Do you believe your current energy brings calm and confidence into the lives of others, or does it reflect uncertainty and doubt? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might help someone else understand themselves better. And if this message resonated with you, take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might need to hear this today.